Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Mudabi coming to you this week from beautiful Greenville, Pennsylvania, where the Heritage Days Super Cruise always amazes me. Let's go check out some cars. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is gonna be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
Every year I look forward to coming to Greenville, Pennsylvania for the annual Heritage Days Super Cruise. This was the 17th annual event and I knew it was going to have a huge turnout. I was not disappointed. This show offers the opportunity to win honorary awards as well as their own special bottle of wine with a custom label featuring the previous year's winner. And this year, we even filled up more of the side streets. It's great seeing the gassers and the built muscle cars drive in. These engines alone will shake the ground and have you looking for earplugs. I'm here with John and a beautiful, bright roadster truck we got here next to us. What year is this?
1929 Ford.
1929 Ford.
Yeah.
Is it steel or fiberglass?
Both.
There you go. Great answer.
Oh, I started over 10 years ago to make this truck. I did most of the assembly of it.
Yep.
A lot of help from good friends that did the wiring, and somebody else did the paint.
You're a lucky man, John. Help from good friends is something of the past.
Yeah, it's a 350 ZZ4 motor.
I love the old school cast manifolds.
Yeah.
That looks
yeah.
good, being all exposed too. It really represents the era of the car.
Right. That was the purpose. I just wanted the looks of the three
Right.
cars. They
How does it run?
perform great. Oh,
Do they?
beautiful. It really does. Yeah.
Is it something that you can adjust yourself? You're mechanically inclined?
Right. And it's adjusted. It really is running beautiful.
What color is this?
That's the PPG paint, and it's orange glow, they call it. I wrecked the front corner and had to replace the fender and the grill shell and stuff, so that was just done about 5 weeks ago.
So this is really first show coming out?
Yes. You open this toolbox, and there's all the tools.
And that toolbox looks just like an amplifier.
Yeah, it's made to look like an amplifier.
That's all the tools you need to fix yourself when you're on the side of the road.
Hope I don't ever have to use them.
I love the tank.
Yeah, that's the stainless steel tank. I used to lay awake at night thinking about what I could do to this truck to make it special.
I'm here with Lee, and both of these beautiful gassers with Hemis in them are his. Now, the gasser was first originally with a Hemi, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what makes them so
392 Hemis, yeah.
And this one you could hear from a mile away.
Yeah. It's
unbelievable.
Music to my ears. It's a 1933 steel body Willys gasser with a 392 57 Chrysler 392 Hemi in it, with a 400 turbo automatic in it with an old rear end in it. It's on alcohol, it's blown injected, it's ready for the track. With the static pressure out of the blower and everything, probably 12, 14 to 1 compression, so.
And we're afraid of boost, and we take our boost down to 8, 9, maybe even 10 to 1 compression. These guys are doing it with alcohol 12 to 15 compression. That is incredible.
Yep.
So tell me about this one. You've brought this one here before.
Yes, I did. And it's a 1941 steel body Willys. Took about 10 years to build. It also has a 1957 392 Hemi in it with a Chrysler Torque Flight transmission with an old rear end in it. And
those Chrysler transmissions can handle the power?
if you build them.
So
you
similar
build
to
them
a Power Glide.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this one steel as well?
Yes.
It's hard to find steel bodies in these
It
composite
is.
cars.
It is. They're very rare.
How long have you owned them?
I've had Willys all my life. I've probably had up to 10 of them.
We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show brought to you by Car Capsule.
Today's the day. This shifter, this is going to operate all your sport mode transmissions and any of your old school transmissions that have an aftermarket computer to control electronically your shifting. It's compact, it's got some gearing mechanisms in it that keep your quad arm to control your cable above the floor. It mounts to the floor, it's adjustable, it can tilt. We've got lever options, anywhere from 4-inch up to 23-inch. With this shifter, it's all anodized aluminum construction, it's billet. It's a very nice shifter that operates just seamlessly with your transmission. And this gives you up and down. It gives you all the feedback, the electronics you need to hook it up, get your signals to the transmission so it knows what you're doing, what you want, and then feed back to the ECU. So check this out on our website for a full feature list. Nice new builder on our website that'll allow you to customize this shifter top to bottom with all the features you're used to with a Lokar shifter. So check that out at lokar.com.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Car Capsule. I'm here with Ed in his beautiful, beautiful 34 all-steel Roadster. You got a lot of handmade parts on this vehicle, and we're gonna go over that.
Okay.
But I'm looking at a Chevy emblem in the front. What's up with that?
It's a Ford, but I like Chevy, whole Chevy drivetrain. It's small block, 472-inch small block.
So I'm looking at this stack, and it looks so pretty. I've never seen a stack like this. Tell me about this. You made these handmade linkage and everything.
Yeah, I made the whole intake, the linkage, valve covers,
Fan shroud,
fan shroud.
all handmade. When did you add the leather around the grill?
40 years ago.
40 years ago. How long have you owned the vehicle?
41.
41 years. And you've done all this work himself, the paint as well.
Paint everything.
Now, there's a lot of handmade parts on this, including this area right here in the cowl.
Right.
It hides things, it kind of squares things off. It looks so good. It's got no hood, right?
No hood.
How long did it take you to build this car?
10 years.
Those bead locks, you handmade those. No
Ha-
seam machine, no lathe, you handmade
They're
those.
all handmade.
And you hand polished everything. It looks so shiny.
Interior, me and my wife did all the interior. The headers I welded up, yeah.
And then the 3 fans up front, you set that up.
Yeah, everything.
Do you have any heating problems with this?
Yeah, because it's 15.4 compression,
15.4, that's high, that's normally aspirated. What kind of horsepower are you making?
980 at the wheel.
At the wheels. You guys, that's 1,000 horsepower at the wheels, normally aspirated. So what kind of cubic inches we're talking?
472 inch.
That's incredible. I'm here with Bob and a beautiful 46 Ford Coupe. Is this a steel coupe?
Yes, I had a friend of mine did it for me, and he didn't even touch it for the first 15 years. And I had another friend do it, and it took him 4 years.
Very nicely done. Now tell me where the name Dozer comes from.
It's a 2015 color, and the name was called Dozers.
That's very cool. And that's a big block Chevy engine in there.
Yes.
How much horsepower are we talking?
509, 871 blower. Right now, probably 750. Alston tube chassis.
I see you got the disc brakes on the front. It's so cool to see a vehicle that makes that much horsepower, but looks good too. So you can bring it to the car show like you got here, and you've got a lot of accents on the body of it to make it look the way it does.
Yes, it used to be rounded on the front. They made it straight so it matched the back. We took the drip rail off and rounded the doors, and a bunch of small stuff that nobody even notices.
You can't help but notice the interior. Nice. It
Thank
seats,
you.
the carbon fiber accents over the roll cage.
It actually had different seats in it before, and I put the bombers in it later. I'm not a leather fan. I like the cloth myself.
This is a pre-COVID project, so you saved a little bit of money.
Yes.
And the quality of parts are actually a little bit better.
Yeah,
I
thank
like
you.
the way you've got your doors open, your trunk. I like the mirror in the back with the lead bars. I bet underneath is just as nice and clean as it is on top.
Yeah, yes it is.
We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Car Capsule. Welcome back to more of the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Car Capsule. So So this is a Tri-5, right?
Yes.
So did this start with the 210 and become the Bel Air?
Well, they had the 150, the 250, and then Bel Air.
I'm still learning this stuff, okay? So tell me about the car. I see there's a whole bunch of modifications done to this with the hood, the suicide doors. Everything looks so beautiful. Did you do all the work on it?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
How long did it take you?
7 years.
Good job.
I made it to the Cleveland Autorama, was the first time it was actually out. It's got a full tube chassis, X-member. It's been tubbed, 4-link in the rear, Mustang 2 in the front. It's got a 632, 671 blower, and Phytech fuel injection. The setup that I'm running right now is 1,200 horse.
And you did the whole thing, the chassis and everything yourself?
Now, I had a chassis custom built,
Okay.
but everything else I've done. I designed it and everything, and I had a lady do all the stitching.
Are you body man by trade, or is this?
No, this is just a hobby.
Man, this is what makes it even more enjoyable, right?
Exactly.
Have you always wanted to do a 55, or do you have other cars?
I owned a 55 when I was younger and never got to complete it. And then this one here, I decided that I wanted to do everything I possibly could to it. It's power wing windows, power seats, I mean, everything.
The console going all the way to the back, the independent rear buckets.
Yep.
I mean, beautiful work, Mark. I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
This is great.
I put the 5-point harnesses in the back seat so I can scare more than one person at a time.
There you go. Hopefully they'll never come into use. I'm here with Dan in a beautiful 1955 Bel Air that he had a lot of hand in building and designing.
So I bought it about 20 years ago. I was taking it to a local show a few years after I had it. Broke an alternator bolt, and I took it home, when next thing I know I had the front clip off, interior glass out, and then it literally took me 10 years to put it back together. Well, I've had a lot of help, but I did about 75% of the car myself in the garage. I did all the panels, all the console, the headliner, the back deck, and everything like that. I did have a different guy stitch it for me. Yep. Super guy, he's super straight stitching. I did add on the cup holders because my wife said, well, I need a drink of water while I'm in this thing, it's too hot. We put the cup holders in it. It's got a 555 cubic inch big block in it. It's about a little over 700 horse.
Yep.
Backed up with the 400 turbo transmission, 12-bolt posi rear end, 411s in it. Rides on AccuAir E-level kit, ride tech suspension, but AccuAir manages the air system.
It's got so much done to it. It's so modernized, but when you look at it, it's still all classic. It's all there.
Yeah.
Everything about the Bel Air that makes it so beautiful and iconic is all still there.
Thank you.
And I think black is definitely the right color for this build.
That's really what we were looking for, is like a timeless look that just never goes out of style.
Yeah, especially with all the nice subtle upgrades you've done on the inside. It's all upgraded but done so tastefully that there is no fad in there. Like you said, it'll last for decades to come. The Majestic is finally open this year. I've been coming here 5 years. Mark decided to sell. Inside the Majestic is a lot of car memorabilia. They sell the best hot dogs here in Greenville. They're open. Come over here, guys. Check out the memorabilia inside and get yourself an awesome hot dog. This is a complete family affair. As you can see, we got people out here, all ages, grandma, grandpas, you got children from all ages coming out to get into the motorsports. I mean, this is what we got to do. These shows and all these people come out here to talk about their builds, their cars, their stories, their hobbies, what got them involved into the motorsports game. And it's our job as the adults to bring the youth with us and get them interested in our sport and our hobby and get them to be future gearheads. So that way we can eventually retire and hand this entire sport off to the youth. And hopefully they'll knock it out the park just like we have. If not, they'll even do a better job. Greenville, PA, where the Heritage Days Super Cruise never disappoints. It gets bigger every year. The weather is off the chain. You got volunteers here making sure that Bill Sumners has everything he needs to make this show go on without a hitch. And don't forget our sponsors. We got our entire sponsors. You got Doug Meeker, Pine Hill Golf Course, Core Power of Equipment, and we got Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, where Bill Sumners actually works at. So you guys, you want to come in to visit Mercer County because they got more than just the Greenville, PA Heritage Days Super Cruise. We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show brought to you by Car Capsule. Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show brought to you by Car Capsule. Bill Summers does a meticulous job planning this event, and he pulls it off with some help from some really great friends and volunteers. The entire city gets in on the action of this show. There is no restriction to what you can bring. There's everything from motorcycles, classics, to exotics. This historic town is bursting with energy, and everyone had a great time. The perfect weather made it even better. What a beautiful 63 dragster behind me. This belongs to Jeff. I saw it pulling, and I can't tell you what it feels like and looks like when it's coming at you, camming and sounding the way it did. It's unexplainable.
It's a 1963 Corvette chrome moly chassis. It's got a 525 cubic inch motor, runs on alcohol and nitrous oxide.
What kind of horsepower are you talking?
Around 2,800 to 3,000 horsepower, depending on the tune. And we do drive it down the street. We've had it all over the country. Took it down Ocean City Boulevard. I built it all in my shop. We built the chassis, the body, the paint. Everything's done in-house.
So I'm seeing the nitrous bottles on the inside and the fire suppression. Tell me about the interior of this car.
Everything's polished inside and out. The undercarriage is all polished and chrome. It's got all the computer systems to manage the motor and transmission.
What is it certified to? What
6.0.
6.0.
Yeah. So we can get it in the 220, 230 mile an hour range at the track.
What is its time, its best time?
Well, I went a 602 in it.
Wow, that is so cool, Jeff. Now this is a full trim drag car.
Yeah.
I mean, like
full
if you
blown.
wanted to take it out there,
it's
and do
certified
the series,
6.0 certified chrome moly chassis.
You guys take it mostly around the country and show it.
You can show up. We do race it.
Yeah.
We go up to Norwalk and run.
I won championship at Norwalk.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's a great
cool.
track.
Yeah.
I saw it go from grass to pavement.
Yeah.
I hope they keep that track for
Oh, they
a
will.
long time.
They will.
I'm here with Dan, beautiful Barracuda behind me. What year is this?
1972.
How long have you owned it?
I've owned it since 1978. I was
Really?
15 years old when I found it sitting behind a gas station in my hometown. The first time I restored it was when I got out of the service in 1989, and then I drove it up until 2010, parked it for a while, and then I just got it out about 3 years ago and did a total ground-up restoration.
Really?
Yes.
That is awesome. Now, how much of it did you do?
All of it. A friend of mine helped me paint it, a body shop, and the internals on the end someone else did, but I did all the welding, all the fabrication.
Very nicely done.
Yep.
And doesn't it feel good to sit there and build your car
It does.
20, 30 years later that you
Yep.
you were a kid?
It does, yep.
Oh.
There's only myself. There was a group of high school friends of mine that all had cars, and I had this through high school, and there's only one other fella out of about 8 of us that still has his original car. Everyone else, you know, the story, they get married, they sell their cars. And when I purchased this in 78, $800.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah. The block and everything's 340, but it's a 418 stroker.
How much horsepower do you think you're making?
It was a 750 horsepower hit if I would have went with solid cam, lifter cam and all that, but I stuck with hydraulics around 715 at the
because
crank.
That is plenty of horsepower.
it
and
scares me.
hydraulic keeps it streetable.
Yeah.
You know, with solid lifters, you always have to do valve
Yeah.
adjustments.
Yep.
The fact that you've owned it since you were 15 years old makes it even more special.
Yeah, it's my baby.
I'm here with Bill Summers. He is a promoter of the Heritage Day Super Cruise, and next to me I have his sister Bonnie. Tell us why Bonnie's here, Bill.
Well, it's her class reunion.
Really?
She graduated Greenville High School class in 1969, so this is number 55 for her.
This is the first time you've been to the actual show?
This is the first time I've been to the actual show. I've seen the videos. I'm absolutely amazed. It's unbelievable the amount of cars here.
How many people do you guys have in your reunion?
There might be maybe 100.
And you said this is one of 2 that's being hosted in Greenville.
Yes, the class of 1974 is having their reunion today too. Well, I'll tell you what, it went beyond my wildest expectations today. I figured because of the weather we were going to get blasted. You know, with last year, you know, having some weather in the area, you know, we were about half capacity. We had a little over 500 cars here. I don't know a number today because there's so many come in and they come in so fast. You know, it's almost impossible to count them. I'm quite sure that there's a comma in the number today. So we literally shut the entrance off a little bit ago because we can't find any place to park them.
So much excitement. Everybody's so happy. Everyone's smiling going up and down the road. When is the actual reunion night?
Tonight at 5.
You guys are gonna have a big party, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to the happy hour.
Good for you, Bonnie. That is awesome. Well, here we are at the Heritage Day Super Cruise. We got 2 high school reunion, class reunions going on. Bonnie's gonna be part of it. Bill and I are gonna get back to the Heritage Day Super Cruise. Well, that is it for us this week at the Heritage Days Super Cruise. What weather, incredible cars. Every year there's always something new. Join us next week when we bring you more from Greenville, Pennsylvania.